I said it, didn't I? I said that's what would happen. I knew it would happen. Not too terrible. I've seen a lot worse, but yeah, I think we need to reset that. I don't think that's quite as it should be, because we are really going to need that in any second now. So, right, let's see if there's any more. I think that was it, but we will have a look. We are looking pretty. Are you actually? I think we weren't far off. I don't think that's quite right. I think it's slightly embedded in the wall, so we may or may not get away with it. Well, we are thrown back into August, but at least we have a fighting chance. And we did, the one thing I'm going to do, and not at cost, we did have the straw factory. I checked yesterday in like the last episode that we did, and we had got these. Oh, fantastic! That was not too terrible. Yeah, we had got the straw factory. In fact, we'd had it for a few episodes. I remember. I was like thinking, "Damn sure you'd like had that for a while." I did. It's true. Right. So then, it looks like all of this is in a fighting fits method. Yeah, chickens. Also, we need to buy the chickens. A full, complete. Ooh. Right. Okay. So is that? Why are our eggs? Well, I know that is where they were. No, then let's just check that we've not got that mod. No, we haven't. It's not. Yeah, so I'm a little bit. I'm not sure what is what. As in, like, yeah. So we did have the rice one, didn't we? That's right. Although we weren't doing anything with it, we'd like not. We have actually got the. This is what I said about when you do your vehicles. Yeah, you could see we didn't have these yesterday. These actually classed as vehicles, the pallets. Yeah, strangely enough. So, right, we want to buy some chickens. But again, this is all not at our cost because we'd already bought these. So, I mean, the beautiful thing is, I want 7 of these. Well, that's what I always do. I always think, and they do more than definitely look after the ladies. So, yeah, I don't know whether that's realistic or not or what. But so we're going to buy the complete 250. Absolutely. Why 250? Oh, that's probably the most you could buy in one go. And then if we go with that, it's the most you can buy as well. So how much was that in total? 13, 26, 27. We'll call it 27,000. 12. Quite a lot, actually, when you buy that amount. I mean, not, life-changing amounts of money, but it's what I mean is it's quite a lot. Right, so then, have we got? Yeah, we'll have like all of the base settings on, won't we? Because it's obviously, yeah, we've even got that on as well. Got, yeah, buy, and yeah, this is what you get. Oh, we've probably also got easy economy as well. Oh, even maintenance. Right, general dollars, and yeah, there's not much you do in this one. I think it's just I always forget the automatic engine start for some reason. We'll go slow. It really does not care what you have it on. It still is fast. Enabled. Yeah, I'm not sure whether we're getting additional crop destruction, like square things that say harvested now. I'm not sure whether it's with the base game or what. Let's save it as a baseline as well, because we've actually done some changes, some serious changes, and we really want to get these fed. So let's in fact let's switch so mark sample 1 minute. And it's in general, I think it's in general. Is it not? Is it game? I thought it was in general. I could have sworn it was in general. It is fantastic. Just for a minute, just to remind me, it was just around the edge. is fairly generous as well. Yeah, and that we do need that. The chevroned area is around there, so that's fantastic. Let's grab another full amount. Doesn't matter which one we go to. They've both got a 60% bonus. They're a bit better placed. Yeah, we do want some more wheat, definitely. And then we've also got to lug some manure. We've got to do as if this is the very first time we're here, really. We've got to do all of our old jobs that we used to do before, that we'd stopped doing because we basically filled them. Oh no, it is there. It's happy now, but it's found it. Should be, because everything's as flat as a pancake. So now then, that also means let's give someone else a chance as well. We've got the fent over there. Didn't I upgrade the harvester? I think I did. I seem to recall it looking a little different to that. Of course, we've got our beautiful skid steer. We might have to... we've actually got some... We're lucky. We've got a few bits and bobs that are actually outside. So this is one of the few things that we've got to sell. Let's have a look. Got the pallet blocker 2, which was a vehicle. So this should have absolutely nothing in it. Because it won't... Obviously, we put it in brand new, so... But, I mean, we are starting, and obviously we have got a field of barley, so it's one of those things, you know, it's not all bad, really. Yeah, so it does still manage. And that does still manage too. Fantastic. Everything's working as it should do. So we need to grab the fence, and... So we have got one thing to sell. It's remembered one of the pallets that we've got. So we want the... Yeah, I'm sure yeah, again, these are the type of things. I mean, the vehicles, the tractors that were upgraded should still be upgraded. That's the one thing I am definitely going to say. That's definitely true. That they should still be alright. We want water. We do. Going to do a few runs of that. I think what I'm going to do, though, just because it is going to be, this is going to be quite a boring episode if all we do is the water and the fertilizer and the manure and that. So let's just say my words. We actually really ought to get that harvest underway first, because it is a bit of a monster. And if I'm right, oh no, we've only just started to grow, haven't we? No, we really should be harvesting now, because this means that you've got to wait an entire year for that. So what we should really be doing is, because obviously I was hoping when we did this that this would be completely different, but I think what we'll do now is we will treat this as a beginning. So really this shouldn't be, it should actually be ready to be harvested. Harvest ready. Yeah, so if we click apply now, it should be our harvest time. And I mean, that is just putting things back as they should, because really it shouldn't be like this. We shouldn't have to start all over again and all the rest of it. I mean, we've sort of got an advantage, but we've also got a disadvantage in so much as we'd already done all this and we got a shed load. I mean, we'd already got this field in our coffers. Oh no, it is fully done. Did we have a header for this? I think I recall seeing a header, but I can't remember if we did. Let's have a look. In fact, yeah, that's probably the best way to look, because you do actually see your headers, don't you, on the... It's not clicking. Ooh, are we crashing and burning? No, it's just like... No, there's no header there, is there? Right, okay, we've obviously got at least one then, because we haven't got one. Oh, that is another thing as well. Sales. You do actually get items in the sales, like when you start like this. Ooh. Okay. 17,000. It's a little on the small side. 2. But that would bring in a bit of cash, so we're going to do that. Well, we've already decided our specialisation, so... Mind you, was there no luxury desserts? So we were doing that, weren't we, actually? So I suppose Actually, that's not a bad thing to do. I mean, yeah, what I'm saying is luxury desserts. We do want carrots and all that. We were going to go into that in year 2, so sort of that is. Although I can buy mine, I think we'll treat it. We will treat it because we want to go bigger, and mine's bigger. It's a 6.5 meter, whereas that is like, yeah, we'll sort it. Yeah, it's not beyond the realms of possibility when you start to do well and earn some cash, which the whiskey should seriously do. So let's just do what we did last year of grabbing a header right, you know, where we are. We've got to the grass, and we need to do it with me facing outwards this way for it to appear here. Right, that should be exact, and then we will go and sell that. But it is all about getting this underway, because I've got to be honest, it is a monster. Alright, we could put the silo down first, but then we've got to do get the straw as well. Although I suppose, yeah, it's true, we could actually just do a thing straight down the middle. I could do that. It is definitely true. So we want a header. Right, so I'm going to say my words, because this is, yeah, there's a lot going to go on this first session, because we are really, can that cope with a really monstrous, like yeah, lizard is what I was thinking. One of the Rileys, they are brilliant. The Titan header. Yeah, it is a biggie. I think we tested this. I think we want, yeah, will be useful. US definitely. Oh, we have to pay for the pleasure. We'll keep it as it is. We will lease it. Indeed. Fantastic. Ooh, not quite how I imagined it, but it is. We might be able to retrieve that. Ooh, that's a little bit not as I. Yeah, that's a bit bizarre. But it's that. I know it's 16 meters and everything, but. Can't get the angle. It's not that we're in the wrong place. Yeah, it's more about, right, it went for a dip. Let's unfold it, and we want to go straight ahead, which is actually pretty much where we are. We're on a switch straw swath on, and it's already on. Right, I'm going to say my words. Also, the other thing we do need to do is something that you have got to do for courseplay, which is, don't want any of this minus 70%. Yeah, we don't want anything like that. And we do need to tell this one to self-unload. And we should have the coursers. But we got rid of the original ones typically. Isn't that typical? Right, so for now, we're going to take over anyway and do the... Is this central? Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look before we go into this time lapse. Are we fairly set? Not really. We do need to be aiming. I don't know, really. It would do. Yeah, it would do. Go at a slight angle, then actually the middle. We're going to hit the middle, sort of. Right. So then I am going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And as always, as fellow shareholders on the farm, I always love to hear from you. And goodbye for now.